Oh, I wish I can leave this island, but I can't. Because if I do, the marking will still not go away, and if the dude finds me... Oh, why is life so complicated? I wish I can kill him, but I can't because... Oh... Yeah, that's me. Good old listener. Your neighborhood assassin. And you're probably wondering, how did I get myself in this situation? Well, a little back then, somebody paid you to kill a mafia's headline. And the money they offered you, I'm pretty sure nobody can resist it. Money is money and business is business. So you did what the client told you. Luckily, his son was a coward. Pretty easy to kill. Once he found out his son is dead, we end up in a fight. And once we end up in a fight, he decides to use his devil fruit power and put his marking on me. Just luckily, I managed to escape in time. It's been, I think, around 2 months since it happened. The marking won't disappear, no amount of makeup can cover it. And it's directly in the center of your neck that everybody could see it. Unless you cover it up. So yeah, that's pretty much it of how you got yourself into that situation. Luffy's point of view. Wow, this place is so dried up and so cool looking. Usa replies with, yeah, cool looking. Are you sure you want to explore this island, Luffy? I mean, it looks half dead, but you can see town from here. Nami. Even though this place looks dried up and stuff, it is quite known for its supplies. We can rest up for a little bit and grab some stuff on the way in before we go. Luffy. You mean by supplies you mean food? And by food you mean meat? Nami. Yes, Luffy, but don't go food! Going off again. Ugh. Zoro. He'll be fine. Whoever or whatever he crashes into is not gonna be good. Nami. Let's put the anchors down and go find Luffy. Usa. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Your point of view. What is that? All of a sudden something crashed into you. Or someone crashed into you from the sky? You were basically spread out on the floor. The hood that was covering you was not a hood anymore. And the supposed someone that was on top of you that crashed into you had not a scratch on him. Oh, whoops. Didn't see you in my way. Hey, do you know where the nearest restaurant is? You shot up from the place you were laying on. Who the hell do you think you're talking to? Goddamn missile. Sorry. Anyways, do you know where the fastest place where I can go get meat? This guy was an idiot. He started to speak once more. Yeah, do you know where this... Hey, what's that on your neck? Is it a tattoo? He seems like a golden retriever. You replied with, can we go back to you talking about meat? Oh yeah. He responded to, where can you find the nearest place to get meat? Hey, listen, You felt someone else's eyes locked onto you. Not the boy that was in front of you, but behind you. You looked behind you and you saw somebody jolted back into a corner. You had a strange feeling. Oh, never mind. How about I take you there instead? You sat up and brought the boy to his feet also. You grabbed his wrist and started dragging him to the nearest restaurant. You had a bad feeling for those eyes that were locked onto you. Hello, Mrs. Poncho. You greeted the lady in front of the desk. Oh, listener, what brings you in for today? You know, showing this rando to this restaurant. Alright, go take a seat near the window. I'll be with you in a minute. She replies. Both of you sat down at the 2-seat table. It seems weird not introducing ourselves. So let's get introductions out the way. My name is Listener, and you are? My name's Luffy, and I'm gonna be the man that becomes king of the pirates. What? You choked on your own spit. Well, I guess if you're gonna be forward, I guess I will. Listener, I already told you my name. I'm also an assassin. let's change the topic. Let's go back to you being the pirate king and stuff. Oh yeah, as I told you, I'm gonna be the king of the pirates. And where is your crew? Oh yeah, I forgot about them. They're back at the ship. I should have told them where I was going, but I wanted to get meat. Luffy! The people that went through the door was an orange-haired girl. Following behind her was a big-nosed guy. And following behind him was a man carrying 3 swords. I assume that this is his crew. The orange-haired girl spoke up to Luffy, I assumed. Luffy, how many times do we have to tell you to not go off like that? I'm sorry, Nami. I just wanted to go get food. Luffy, who is she? Presumably, Nami said while looking at me. Luffy responded to that question faster than I can. Oh, that's Listener. She's the one that I crashed into when I was landing. And also, she's an assassin. Man, this dude can't keep his mouth shut. Ignoring the fact that you just said that, Luffy. But yeah, my name's Listener. My name's Nami. Nice to meet you. She shook my hand in greetings. Then she introduced the 2 guys that were just standing there. The long-nosed one was named Usa, and the one that was carrying 3 swords was named Zoro. All 3 of them pulled up chairs and sat next to us. Usa, what's that strange mark on your neck? You sighed and you decided you'd just tell them. The marking on my neck, it's caused by a devil fruit power. You're saying is you have a devil fruit power? He said in awe, but questioning manner. Oh, not me. It's caused by somebody else's. It's kinda a long story, but let's just keep it short for now. I killed Amathia's headline, his father got mad, he used devil fruit power on me, I can't get it in his range of sight, if I do, I will die. And I can't leave this island without taking off this mark. And if you want more details, just ask. Luffy shouted out in shock. What? That's so not cool. You were just doing your job. How does this dude's devil fruit power work? Well, you see, it's called the Tally fruit. Or as he calls it, the death fruit. Basically, if he puts a marking on me, he has complete control over me. Basically, kinda like I'm in debt, so I have to repay it. The side effect of this is he has to directly see me that he can control me. But luckily, I did manage to escape before he manages to use his power on me. And there's only 2 ways to get this mark off me. Either 1, he removes it himself, or 2, he dies. And right now, I don't want to take any risks, and I don't want him to find me and use the Tally fruit on me when I'm in another situation. So yeah, that's how it works, kinda. Luffy responded with, I'll make him remove that power on you. If not, I will kill him. Nami. Luffy, you can't just go on helping everybody that has problems, you know? Zoro replied with, Nami is right, but I'm not the one that's stopping you to do this. Luffy replied with, But Nami, that's so unfair. That means she can't go out to sea and see the rest of the world if she has that marking on her neck. I've told you again, Luffy. What's that beeping noise? Oh, no. That means... Shit! All of a sudden, you went flying to the front door window and crashed through it. It felt like you were being tugged by a tight rope around your neck. All of a sudden, you felt something around your ankle. It was Luffy's hand? That's impossible, or his arm is completely stretched out. This is probably his devil fruit power. I have no time to think about that. All I have to think about is how not to die. Listener! An all too familiar voice shouted your name. In the middle of it, it felt like you were a rope in tug-of-war. Then Zoro jumped out the broken window and cut the supposed rope that was around your neck, pulling you. Once Zoro cut it, you went flying back into Luffy's arms. The bad thing is, Luffy did not have good balance, so you both crashed down to the floor. As your head collided with the floor, you immediately got knocked out. In your last moments before you got knocked out, you thought to yourself, wow, I really need more training than I thought. 5 hours of you being knocked out. Once you awoken, and you noticed Nami and Usa sitting right next to you. Before you said anything, you noticed the mess in front of you. Half the town was destroyed, but you muttered out something that caught Nami and Usa's ears. They didn't notice you were awake until you muttered out, "I'm a pathetic excuse for an assassin." Usa replied with, "Listener, you're not. Listen, Mafia dude told us everything about you. We're not sure how we got the information, but yeah." You managed to mutter out, "Tell me what he said." Flashback. "Listener, get up." "But Dad..." "I don't care if you're hungry, and I don't care if your arm's broken. Get up and keep on training." "Please, Dad, stop it." "Oh, shut up!" "No matter what you do, how much you trained, how much you put effort into the things you've done, still won't be enough. He would just beat you to a pulp again, until you can barely breathe but still keep you alive. That was your father. It was the exact same with your own mother." Time skip. Listener, stop zoning in on me. You have to..." You stabbed your father with his own weapon. It felt nice. So you did it again, and again, and again, and again, and again. You did that for over an hour. You have no idea what became of you. You felt free, and you also snapped. Your mother walked in. "It's been a..." You did the same thing to your mother as you did to your father. You were done with the inevitable. You were done with everything. All you craved was to kill them. After you realized what you've done, you didn't feel scared, angry, or any forms of emotions. Besides, relief. You were craving a longing for that adrenaline again. So that's how you became an assassin. Present time. And that's kind of what he told us. Usa finished on what all of them heard. You spoke out in a shaky voice. "There's no point lying, but yeah, that's how I became an assassin." You probably think I'm disgusting. No, we do not. Anybody would go crazy in that rinse and repeat household. In the middle of Usa's speech of how I wasn't the bad guy, Luffy and Zoro started approaching. You saw them walking up from the distance. You noticed that Zoro and Luffy's clothes were completely burned and shredded. Luffy looked up from the ground that he was looking at as he was walking. "She's awake!" he said as he started to run towards the broken building that we were in. Luffy launched himself, but not too far where he crashed into you. As the boy landed in front of you, you noticed that tears were forming into his eyes. "Your parents were such jerks to you. You're not a monster," as he said with sobs in his throat. Nami, Usa, and Zoro started to walk away so they can give you both some privacy. "Luffy, please don't be sad. After all, I should be the one that's sad. I'm a pathetic excuse for an assassin. I'm weak and pathetic. So pathetic." All of a sudden, Luffy's fists collided with your face, but not too hard where he'll knock you over. "What the hell was that for?" "Listen here, listener. I have no idea what happened after you've done what you've done. But don't call yourself an excuse, or pathetic, or any forms of that. If you put in your heart and soul into your work, I'm sure you'll come to your goals." When Luffy was doing his little speech, tears formed in your eyes, and a big grin smile formed on your face. "Luffy, you're an idiot." Started laughing. "Luffy, is there anything I can do for you? Or anything you want from me? I will do anything. I am so grateful." Let me think. "How about join my crew, and you get to train all you want, and you get to reach your goals. And also, you'll be really useful for my team." "Done," you said quickly. All of a sudden, around the corner, you see Nami, Usa, and Zoro peek their heads around the corner. Nami and Usa said, "What? That quickly?" Nami said. You smiled and you said, "Well, I did say anything. And besides, it wouldn't be that bad going out to sea." "Well, come on, let's go," Luffy said as he picks you up and carries you piggyback style. But nothing's holding you back. Luffy brought you up to the ship and brought you to the only one room they had. You heard commotion upstairs. You know that you made the right decision. And being a pirate won't be that bad, I think. All you know is, this is gonna be a hell of a ride.